Beware. Beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and one pissed off son of a bitch today. You're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Monday morning, everybody. Got up this morning, was feeling good, till I got out on the street, saw all the crap going on, and I know all you people feel the same way. I was up, and I'll tell you what, let's take care of our community service part, because that's one of our most important parts. And don't forget, people, we are America's voice of freedom. We are the Patriot. You can call toll-free 1-888-394-1430. Or on the east side, 394-1190. You can call us anytime about anything. We'll try to get through to you. I've got a little bit going on today, but if you've got something you want to vent about, you got something that you're pissed off about, political or otherwise, give me a call. We'll try to get to you. Again, numbers, toll-free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. Don't forget, coming up Sunday, August the 9th at 1 o'clock p.m. at the Righteous Pig Barbecue at 124 East Main Street in Belleville. The one, the only, Mr. Bill Forness. He's one of the greatest Johnny Cash tribute artists around, and I mean that sincerely. And we've got a country station here, and we love Johnny Cash. But if you want to see a real good performance by a Johnny Cash, not a Johnny Cash impersonator, but a Johnny Cash tribute artist, show up right here in Belleville at the Righteous Pig Barbecue at 124 East Main Street in Belleville on August the 9th. It starts at 1 o'clock p.m. It'll be a performance. It'll be a performance that you can't say that you'd ever get any better. Johnny Cash, Bill Furness, a tribute to Johnny Cash. Silent auction says a walk to end Alzheimer's disease. It'll be August the 1st. Doors open at 6 p.m. Trivia starts at 7. It's at the Southwestern Illinois College Sam Wolf campus, their Granite City campus at 4950 Maryland Road in Granite City. $15 per person is for a great cause. Trivia night for Alzheimer's. If you'd like to get involved, have any questions or concerns, you can contact the good people at 618-931-3999. Next, if I can get my hands wrapped, the older you get, you can't grab crap. The O'Fallon Underwater Search and Rescue Team, a non-for-profit organization, they're having their fundraiser on Saturday, August the 8th. Barbecuing will start at 8 o'clock a.m. and continue until everything is sold. It'll be held at the Knights of Columbus parking lot in O'Fallon, Illinois. The funds, their activities support the St. Clair County community and assist local, state, and federal law enforcement. Chris Heatherly, thank you very much. I wish you to give me a telephone number, but you can always call the Knights of Columbus and O'Fallon to get whatever information needed. The band Wilderness will be doing their reunion dance concert on August the 9th. That's Sunday at the VFW Hall in Waterloo, Illinois from 3 to 7 p.m. Food is available. Guest star will be Scott Horace of Where's Charlie? I guess that's a band. They're doing the opening set. Then comes All the Oldies that the bands performed in 1968, originating out of Jabot High School in Waterloo. All proceeds benefit the Monroe County History Museum in memory of Deb Johnson. The Convoy for Hope, Molly Erkison, her telephone number, 417-300-5432. It's going to be in O'Fallon, Illinois on Saturday, August the 15th at O'Fallon Community Park. They're going to provide $1 million worth of goods and services including free food, health care, haircuts. Really a great cause. If you have any questions or concerns, you can call Nick Sipos at 618-979-0915. Back to School Fair, school supply giveaway. That'll be Saturday, August the 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That'll be at the Wesley Memorial United Methodist Church in Festus, Missouri. If you have any questions or concerns, want to donate, or you need some school supplies for the needy, not for the greedy, but for the needy, you can contact Pam Roth. It's 636-937-5854. Concert for Wounded Vets and Warriors, Saturday, August the 8th, presented by the Edwardsville American Legion Post 199. That'll be at their headquarters in Edwardsville, Illinois. 50% of the donations will go to the national headquarters of the American Legion, and 50% donation will go to the Wounded Warriors. If you have any questions or concerns, want to participate, you can call Mike Barktow at 618-660-5686. On this date, July the 27th, 1789. July the 27th, 1789. Congress established the Department of Foreign Affairs, the forerunner of the State Department, as the first executive department in our United States government. On this date, July the 27th, 1837, the U.S. Mint opened in Charlotte, North Carolina. On this date, July the 27th, 1888, the first electric car was demonstrated in Boston. It was a tricycle driven by storage batteries and built by Fred Kimball Company. On this date, July the 27th, 1900, H.J. Heinz Company, the makers of ketchup with at least 57 varieties of tomatoes, was incorporated. On this date, a local guy, July the 27th, 1909, Orville Wright, set a new world's record for staying airborne in a United States airplane by flying above Fort Myers, Virginia for 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 40 seconds. On this date, July the 27th, 1921, insulin was discovered by Canadians biochemists Frederick Banning and Charles Best. On this date, July the 27th, 1933, the first death penalty was imposed for a kidnapping in Kansas City, Missouri. On this date, July the 27th, 1949, the world's first jetliner debuted in England. On this date, July the 27th, 1953, the Korean War formally ended. The 3-year conflict cost an estimated 5 million lives. That's what happened on this date, July the 27th, throughout all these years in our world's history. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. Go to our streaming, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling. You can like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or our sister station, KZQZ 1430 AM for the best in the golden oldies. You can hear my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m. And now I'm broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night, Monday through Friday at the stroke of midnight. Got a call from a buddy of mine in Cahokia. His dog, his little lab, passed away after 15 years. And I want to say my sincere condolences. You know, when you lose a dog or a cat or a pet, you lose a family member. So my condolences to you. I don't want to give your name because I don't want to get somebody pissed at you because you happen to listen to the show or like what I say. Also, Nick Miller. Nick, I want to thank you very much. Nick Miller is the county board member, the great county board member out of Lebanon, Illinois. He says the Monroe County Sheriff's Department, their canine, Sorry, passed away last Monday, and we acknowledge that. After completing a shift with her lieutenant, she'd been suffering from a mass on its liver. He'd been with the Monroe County Sheriff's Department for 10 years and was scheduled to retire from active duty August the 1st. Now, I like this. The funeral will take place August the 1st at 10 o'clock a.m. at Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in Columbia with Father Carl Shearer officiating. You know, Father, thank you very much. I'm not really a religious guy, but it's awful nice because that was a member of the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. The public is invited. That's going to be at 10 o'clock on August the 1st, Saturday, at Immaculate Conception Church in Columbia. The public is invited. Following the service, Sari will be buried at the Police Dog Cemetery located in Sauget, Illinois. Area Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts wishing to participate in the funeral honor guards are asked to contact the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. The Monroe County Sheriff's Department has 2 newly acquired canines, Condor and Reggie. Donations are being accepted to those wishing to help pay for the service dog's expenses. Donations can be mailed to the Monroe County Sheriff's Department, 225 East 3rd Street, Waterloo, Illinois. And if anybody has any concerns or would like to donate, you can give them a call. I'm sure the number's in the book for the Monroe County, Illinois Sheriff's Department. Nick, thank you very much for that information. Elton from St. Louis, my buddy that I got into it with, but we've become friends since then. He says, well, Bob, I'm hearing a lot of people won't be voting for Eddie Jackson for state representative because what his daughter is doing. And Elton, I've talked with so many people in Eddie Jackson's district, and they're tired. They're tired of what he's not done. They're tired of what his daughter is not doing, and they're just tired of the political elite. Aren't you people tired of these rotten bastards who get involved, then they get their sons and daughters involved, everybody else gets involved? That's bull crap. You know, this government, in our judicial system, our law enforcement system, every one of our systems in this great country, it should be open for everyone. But unless you're a political hack, unless you're a family member or a good friend of these rotten bastard politicians, once they get in, they start giving away jobs so they can get votes. It's hard for a normal person to get into the political setting. It's hard, very hard for a person to get into the judicial setting. You have to kiss somebody's ass. I want judges up there that are going to do their job, not judges up there that every 10 minutes have to take a recess so they can go and get some chapstick because their lips are so chapped for kissing all the politicians' ass. I'm tired of that crap. You heard me talk about these no-count, low-life, good-for-nothing son of a bitches. Bill Clay, chief of Belleville Police Department, and Mark, the mayor of Belleville, Mark Pussy Boy Eckert, also known as Maximus Vaginus. You know what I'm talking about. These rotten son of a bitches would not lower the flag. And I have to tell you, I went up for a festival up in Bunker Hill that we advertised. Go through the little town of Bunker Hill, right at the square right in the middle. What do I see? I see the American flag. And you know what I see it? I see it flying at half-staff. And I want to salute Tom Adment. He's the mayor of Bunker Hill. He had his flags, all the flags in town were flying at half-staff. I drive through Belleville. Kenny Foltz, he owns Kennedy Auto Sales on the Beltline, South Belt. The big flag by Kmart, guess what? It's flying at half-staff. I drive through Alton yesterday going up to Grafton. Drive in front of the police department, guess what? Flag flying at half-staff. You no good, no count, rotten son of a bitches in Belleville. And not the people of Belleville, the politicians in Belleville. And I got to say, I've got some friends who are on the Aldermanic board in Belleville. I'm disappointed in you guys. Nobody stood tall. Nobody stood up at that meeting that I know of. If somebody did, if somebody was in attendance, please let me know and I'll apologize. Not one alderman stood up and said, I make a motion that we fly that flag at half-staff. Shouldn't have been done. Shouldn't have had to been done. The mayor should have done it. That flag is still not flying at half-staff. Neither is the flag at the St. Clair County Courthouse. But the flag in Bunker Hill, the great old glory in Bunker Hill, the great old glory in Alton, and some businesses in Belleville, they're all flying at half-staff. But does the city of Belleville Does the county of St. Clair give a damn? I'm going to try to read this poem about a veteran. I probably won't get through it, but I'm going to try to read it because it pisses me off. And then some son of a bitch, some low-life, no-count, rotten bastard says, hey, Romanik, we've heard it enough. Heard how much that you love this great country of ours. You know, some people say that I overdo the love and respect, and I acknowledge it day in and day out. And I say to those friggin' idiots, and I'd like to use another term, I say to those friggin' idiots, you can never tell your country or your children how much you love them. You can never. You hear me, you ignorant, stupid son of a bitches that apparently don't appreciate what this country's done for you? What do you think? You tell your child? Son, daughter, I love you. 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, hey, I love you to death. Hey, I love you. Can never. You hear me, you stupid idiots out there? I don't give a damn if you're black or white, Democrat or Republican. You can all kiss my ass. You don't like where you're living, go someplace else. See, you people, and I don't say the true Americans, you rotten bastards, you take advantage of what you have in this great United States of America. But for some idiot to say that I overdo it, you can't overdo it. You can overdo telling your children, your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, how much you care about them. You know, you should shout out every day how much you love this great United States of America. You love our country, and I love my country now. Not so much my political, perverted, parasitical punk politicians. Now, I can't say I care much about them at all, as you people all know. But when it comes to this great country, we've got problems. The Fox man, my producer, my program director, off the air said, hey, Bob, you're right, we got problems, but what a great country. And it is a great country. But you ignorant bastards out there that don't want to do something to make it better, you don't want to do something positive, get your ass to Iraq or Iran, get your ass to Saudi Arabia, get your ass to Pakistan. You'll find out you'll be coming back begging to get back in this great country. So for all you people that say that I overdo my love for this country, I got to tell you, and I want to be sincere for a minute. Kiss my white, hairy, stinky, rotten, wrinkled, old ass, will you? You no-count rotten bastards. And that includes you, Mark Pussy Boy Eckert, also known as Maximus Vaginus, and Bill Clay. I got to come up with a name for you, you rotten, no-good black son of a bitch. And I got to say, Eckert's a no-good white son of a bitch. How can you guys do that? How can you walk up to that city hall every day? That flag should be at half-staff for our 5 great military heroes that gave their lives, that were killed on our own soil. And then here we go, somebody say, hey, Romanik, I'm not overdoing it, people. One of these rotten bastard, no-count, low-life politicians die tomorrow. That flag will be flown at half-staff. There'll be black drapes everywhere. The streets will be shut down. Every police car and fire department truck, and no disrespect to the police department or fire departments, that's just what the politicians have them do. They'll be out there every day, and they'll stop the traffic for a no-count, low-life, good-for-nothing, rotten son of a bitch that we call politicians. I want to put a shout-out to Doug Hayden, Tom Beck, and all my buddies at Local 110, the laborers over in St. Louis. And I'm going to go on my soapbox again. Doug Hayden, Tom Beck, all the hard-working labor local guys out of 110, and not just Local 110, all the locals, the labor locals, the electrician locals, the concrete masonry locals. I don't give a damn. These guys are out there every day busting their ass every day to try to make a living. We never do we acknowledge them. Do we have a Labor Day? We have a Labor Day for everybody, but we don't. And again, it's just a day off. We don't really acknowledge day in and day out the great job that all of our hardworking Americans, men and women, black and white, Democrats and Republicans. We need to think when we drive by the arch. We need to think when we drive by one of these skyscrapers. We need to think when we're driving down the damn street. The hardworking guys that put the asphalt. You know how hot it is during the day in the summertime? These guys put that asphalt out. Nobody salutes them. Nobody salutes them, say, hey, what a great job. Somebody will say, well, they're getting paid. Well, sure, they're getting paid. Everybody needs to get paid. An honest day's work, you get an honest day's pay. Not with the politicians, of course. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about blowjob Bear Civic. We're going to talk about the state of Illinois, the state reps, the state senators, all the money they're getting when we're cutting back. And these bastards hide behind the Constitution to say, well, we got to take this money. No, you don't have to take crap, you idiots. And then we're going to get all around Belleville and St. Clair County. People have a lot to say, and we're going to get to that. Lines are always open. We are America's voice of freedom, and definitely we stand tall as a patriot. Toll free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, and proud to be your First Amendment and all-American station, Radical Radio. And we stand tall as the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud. You hear me, you rotten bastards out there that don't like our country? We're very proud to be the Patriot. You know, this flag situation just really, and I may harp on it for a month. This pisses me off. I just got a call from someone from Caseyville, and they said that Mayor Black, and he's my friend, a great guy, that Mayor Black has ordered every flag in Caseyville flown at half-staff, and I heard that St. Stephen's Church even has their flag flying at half-staff. Mayor Black, I want to salute you as a proud patriot of this great country. Mayor Black, and I say Mayor Black, it's not, he doesn't have the guts. I shouldn't say that. Mayor Black has the decency to fly those flags at half-staff in honor of our 5 military heroes that were gunned down on our soil, trying to recruit other soldiers, Marines, sailors, Air Force to protect us in future battles. Mayor Black, I want to salute you. I want to salute the mayor of Alton. I want to salute the mayor of Troy. They tell me, my producer, the Foxman, lives in Troy. He says the flag at the city hall, the flag at the post office, they're all flying at half-staff. What's wrong with you idiots in Belleville? Now, I know some of them will say, well, they won't do it now, Romanik, because it's like you force their hand. No, I don't want to force anybody's hand. I want everybody to be true Americans. I want everybody to love and respect and acknowledge this great country. I can't demand Mark Eckert. I can't demand Bill Clay. But guys, show some decency. Show some respect for this great country of ours. Lower that flag. It's not a victory for Bob Romanik if you lower that flag. It's a victory for America. It shows what we think of our military. People drive through Belleville. The flags aren't at half-staff. You go to Alton, you go to Troy, you go to Caseyville. You go all over, and the flags are flown at half. A gentleman that owns a car lot in Belleville flying his flag at half-staff. But not Belleville, not St. Clair County. Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, don't think I forgot about you, you rotten bastard. Don't think I forgot about you. That flag needs to be flown at half-staff. What an embarrassment. You bastard politicians, all you worry about yourself. Now, you let me put this in my pipe and smoke it, and you put it in your pipe and smoke it. When a politician dies, when a state official dies, You'll see that flag flown at half-staff. I don't care. I'm going to go through this. I want to talk about Barra Civic, but I'm going to try to get through this. I love my great country. These bastards that are sucking up all the benefits of this great country, and they don't give a damn. People, I don't give a damn so much about politics when it comes to patriotism, but you got to get these bastards out of office. They're not only corrupt criminals, political criminals. They're just no good son of a bitches. Here's a poem if I can get through it, and I'm going to try to get through it. And this is for all, not just the veterans, but for all the patriots of this great country. I talk about we never acknowledge once a year here, Veterans Day. Let's do something. Let's have a car sale. Let's have a furniture sale for Veterans Day. No, that's not what Veterans Day was about. That's not what this great country's about. But here's a poem. I've read it before. I'm going to try to get through it. A veteran. He was getting old and paunchy, and his hair was falling fast. And he sat around the Legion telling stories of the past, of a war that he once fought and the deeds that he had done. In his exploits with his buddies, they were heroes, every one. And though sometimes to his neighbors his tales became a joke, all of his buddies listened quietly, for they knew where he had spoke. But we all hear his tales no longer, for old Joe has passed away, and for the world's little poor, because a veteran died today. He won't be mourned by many, just his children and his wife, for he lived that ordinary, very quiet sort of life. He held a job and raised a family, going quietly on his way, and the world won't notice passing, though a veteran died today. When politicians leave this earth, their bodies lie in state, while thousands note their passing and proclaim that they were great. Papers tell of their life stories from the time that they were young, but the passing of a veteran goes unnoticed and unsung is the greatest contribution to the welfare of our land. Some jerks who breaks his promise and cons his fellow man, or the ordinary fellow who in times of war and strife goes off to serve his country and offers up his life. The politician's stipend and the style in which he lives are often disproportionate to the service that he gives, while the ordinary veteran who offered up his all is paid off with a medal and perhaps a pension very small. It is not the politicians with their compromise employees who won us our freedom that our country now enjoys. Should you find yourself in danger with your enemies at hand, would you really want some cop-out with his ever-waffling stand? Or would you want a veteran, his home, his country, his kin, just a common veteran who would fight until the end? It was just a common veteran, and his ranks are growing thin, but his presence should remind us we may need his likes again. For when countries are in conflict, we find our veterans' part is to clean up all the trouble that the politicians start. If we cannot honor him while he's here to hear the praise, then at least let's give him homage at the ending of his days. Perhaps just a simple headline in the paper that might say, our country is in mourning. A veteran died today. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio. And you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud. You hear me, you rotten son of a bitches out there that don't like this country? We're proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. I just received a call from Mayor Ray Klein. He's a veteran, and Mayor, I want to salute you for your service to our great country. He's the mayor of Smithton, and he said, Bob, he said, we didn't lower the flag at half-staff because we didn't get the email. Apparently, there was an email from the governor that the flag should have been flown from half-staff from July the 21st to sunset on July the 24th. And Mayor Klein, I think a great American. He said, Bob, we didn't get the email, so we didn't fly the flag at half-staff. Now, I don't want to direct this just to Mayor Klein of Smithton, but I want to direct this to every mayor. Do you guys really give a damn what the governor? Who the hell is the governor? I don't care if it's Rauner, if it's Blagojevich. I don't care if it was Quinn. Don't care who it was. When are you going to let a politicians tell you when you can respect and show respect to our military heroes? I'll be damned, the governor. And I don't want to cast a bad light on Rauner. But I don't give a damn about a governor. The governor didn't get killed. 5 brave military heroes died. But Mayor Klein, and I know he's a law-abiding guy, he said, Bob, I didn't want to do anything illegal. I don't think there's anything illegal about flying that flag at half-staff when you're mourning our brave military. We got to let a jerk-off politician, and again, not bad about Rauner, but any of them, from the president on up and down. Don't tell me when I can fly my flag at half-staff to show my respect for our fallen military heroes. That's the problem, people. These politicians they want to be all up our asses and all in our lives. It's time to stop this crap. But for people to say that they have to wait for the governor, they have to wait for the president to declare that they can take that flag and fly it at half-staff. I was going to take the flag at Belleville when we were out there protesting, and I was going to put it at half-staff. Now, I would have got arrested, but I don't believe there was any court, any group of 12 people that would have found me guilty. But then the story would have been about me, and I didn't want to exploit the situation. But I'll be damned, people. When we got to let these politicians, they dictate how we live, they dictate what taxes we pay, they dictate how fast we drive, they dictate we can't have a cell phone in our hand to conduct business, but I can have a soda in one hand and a sandwich in the other. They dictate that to us, and now they're going to dictate when we feel and when we want to respect somebody and show our respect. We got to ask them if we can lower that flag to show our respect. Are you people, is everybody out there nuts but me? But Mayor Klein, I want to thank you for the call, and he was a nice gentleman. He just said he didn't do it because they didn't get the memo. But I would argue to Mayor Klein, who is a veteran, a proud veteran, I'm sure a proud American, why do you wait for a politician? Wait for somebody to tell you how you feel and when you feel. It's not right. It's not right. These politicians have trained us, people. And these politicians work for us. We don't work for them. And I say, if there is a God, God bless America. Somebody needs to do something. Because it's getting goofier every day when we got to wait for an elected official to tell me in this great United States of America, this country, this land of the free, to tell me when I can fly a flag at half-staff to honor the heroes that give me the right to live free. I say to all you rotten bastards, kiss my white, hairy, stinky ass. And speaking of white, hairy, stinky asses, blowjob Barasivic, everybody last week, he's announced his bid for Congress. And he was greeted by 100 people that said in the paper, what kind of egregious bull crap is this? He says that we're for me, St. Louis. Barasivic put distance, it said, between himself and the Republican candidate, but he also put distance between himself and his Democratic Party. No, he didn't. The party put distance away from him. They're embarrassed. They're embarrassed by him trying to run. And everybody's got the right to run. But the Democrats are looking for a candidate. They're trying to get Rick Watson. They tell me they're talking to 3 or 4 other people. They'd be embarrassed by blowjob Barasivic. And they're not going to give blowjob Barasivic any money. But what I like, he always said, they always play this crap. He says here that, he's just a normal, ordinary guy. And but guess what? He went to the St. Albert the Great Catholic School. And then He went to St. Louis University High. His old man, John, read on the noodle like a pecker on a poodle Civic. He was probably the county board chairman or the state's attorney when young blowjob Civic was coming up. Couldn't put him in school in East St. Louis, could you? Couldn't put him in school in St. Clair County, in Fairview Heights, in Belleville, could you? John read on the noodle like a pecker on a poodle. He sent his son, blowjob Civic, who wants to represent the 12th Congressional District of Illinois. He had to go to St. Louis University High School. And people, that's not cheap. But this guy wants to act like that he's one of us. He's not one of us. He's not one of us at all. And he said that, according to his biography, he shoveled asphalt for Fairview Heights, helping build Illinois Route 3 and 159. Oh, his daddy got him that job. He probably held the sign. How many people would love to have a job like that? But he helped build a highway, so let's make him president. Blowjob Civic, you and your daddy. He says here he released a statement that he would fight to reduce income inequality. Is that right? Well, you and your family have been eating at the political trough for all these years. You've been taking our money, the hardworking taxpayers' money. Your dad's never had a real job. County board chairman, judge, chief judge, state's attorney, assistant state's attorney. Never had a job in the private sector. But you're going to reduce income inequality? Well, you better get your old man and the rest of these politicians out of office, you ignorant little son of a bitch. But I like it when I'm going to fight for the people. You're not going to fight for the people. You're going to fight for your cronies, your political cronies, your daddy, the Mark Sweetcakes Kern, the God Spragues, the people that are supporting you. That people, you got to know this. Civic, his dad, Mark Sweetcakes Kern, God Sprague, every one of these son of a bitches were Democrats, lifelong Democrats. And the National Democratic Party slapped them in the face and said, hey, we don't want this little idiot running. We don't care if you guys donated $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. He's not part of us. So I got to say, you see how the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, the Democratic organization of St. Clair County, how they're falling apart. They're falling apart. The National Democratic Committee has slapped them in the face, has slapped Civic, slapped Kern, slapped Sprague right in the face and said, we don't want your candidate. We don't give a damn if he's a son of the chief judge. We don't give a damn. There are going to be 2 Civics on the ticket, probably 3 or 4 or 5 when it's all over. But Civic, he paid his dues. He was appointed public defender. And people would think, public offender, those guys work for nothing. They don't work for nothing. They don't charge their clients because their clients have no money. But a public defender is appointed by the political arm of St. Clair County. They get a decent salary. They get benefits. They get a pension at the end of the day. And you don't get that job as public defender unless you're hooked up with the St. Clair County Democratic Organization. So for you, blowjob Civic, to act like that's something that people should applaud, you should have hid that. People understand what you're about, Civic. You're about nothing. You're about continuing the culture of political corruption in St. Clair County and throughout the area. Here's some comments. Let's get to them. Hopefully I have enough time. On July the 20th, B.J. Civic announced that he was running for Congress. He will bring to Congress his family's legacy of St. Clair County Democratic Party corruption and his close ties to the powerful local unions. I got to say, I don't agree. I don't think a lot of the union people vote Democrat anymore because I think the upper echelon of the unions do, the union leaders. But I think most of the union people out there busting their ass, they know they're not getting a fair shake. He says, after all, he didn't choose the courthouse or some other notable public forum to announce his candidacy. He ran to the pipe fitters and an electrician union to begin his campaign. And again, I mean, that's his prerogative to do that. And I want to salute the hardworking, all the unions, because Civic decided to announce don't take it against the unions. Here's another one. This is about blowjob Civic running for Congress. He's a kid who is 30 years old, has no family, wife, no kids, and I can't hold him. I've seen what he looked like, so I see why he doesn't have a wife. Knows nothing about family life. He has never worked a job, worked for his uncle, Great Chatham, a great guy, probably making copies, and now he wants to be a congressman. Unbelievable. He has a public defender's job because his dad appoints the public defenders, and that's true. Happy. I'm very happy to see that Congressman Mike Bost is beating blowjob Barrecivic and fundraisers. We don't need another St. Clair County liberal Democrat in the culture of corruption. There are these people who put the state and this county in the shape that it's in now. These people have run this place like a dictatorship, I agree. You don't need another layer of power to these people. You need to take it away from all of them. Great comment. People of power. Let's see what else we have here on Barrecivic. That's all on Barrecivic. But you guys see, nobody wants blowjob Barrecivic to run for Congress, and he has every right to do it, except the political arm, the God Spragues, the Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, the Chief Judge, John Red on the Noodle like a pecker on a poodle, Barrecivic. They don't give a damn about the Democratic organization. It's all about them. But I think it's going to turn bad, real bad on them, because the National Democrats have insulted the local Democrats, rightfully so, because God Sprague's on his way out. He lost the congressman seat last time. Under his leadership, the Republicans won after 60 years. He helped the Republican get elected. I think Sprague was good for 37% for the Democrats in St. Clair County. He's on his way out. So is Barrecivic. You people have to understand 2016 is a year that we can make a difference. Let's go. We got police uniforms. First of all, why did the Belleville Police Department need new uniforms with everything going on? And that's true. It shouldn't have been an issue. But here's some jerk here that talks about the flag flap. No one really cares about the flag on the uniforms. The chief of police should make that call. Whoever wrote that must have just got done having sex with a goat. What an idiot. No one really cares about the flag on the uniform. Are you crazy, you ignorant bitch or bastard, whoever the hell you are? And it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how people will take every benefit that this great country offers, but when it comes time to respect this great country, when it comes time to show respect for this great country that gives them the opportunity, then they forget all about it. Their memories must be as short as their male appendage, in which it's probably real sharp with some of these boys. They're not men, they're boys. I like this one here, if I could find it. Where the hell's it at? I can't even find it. Oh, roundtable. President Obama wants to deal with Iran. What is in his mind? One thing you never do is negotiate with the terrorist. Maybe Obama and the Reverend Al Sharpton needs to have a roundtable discussion with Bob Romanik. Well, I appreciate that. It wouldn't be much of a roundtable discussion because I'd let them son of a bitches know the way it is. You know, the president, I guess he's done a decent job. Not the best job, but he's a man. He puts his pants on one leg at a time like I do, like all men do. But for these bastards to think that they're better than somebody, to think that their ideas are better, their ideas are good. But in this great country, we compromise on ideas. We don't shove our own ideas down everybody's throat. And that's what the people, well, I shouldn't say people, that's what the bastards in St. Clair County, the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, that's what they've done all these years. And again, in 2016, I think it's going to be different. Here's another statement. Haters. It says, I don't understand why Bill Clay and Mark Eckert hate America. I do, because they're privileged bastards. They're son of a bitches that get elected that think that since they got elected that they're somebody. No, they're employees. They're employees of everybody that voted them in. They're no better and they're no worse than anybody else. But they want to play that game. They get elected and they think, hey, now I'm somebody. You're only somebody, you rotten bastard politicians, because we put you in those positions. And we didn't put you in those positions to be somebody. We put you in those positions to do something for all of us, to make this country better, make all of our lives better, not to give you a big salary. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I didn't have time today. Lawmakers, with all the budget cuts, the lawmakers, the state senators, state representatives, they're all getting their salary plus a 2% raise, and the state Senate president said it would violate the Illinois Constitution not to take the pay. Isn't it something when these rotten bastards got to hide behind the Constitution, they don't have to take the pay? They can cut it down. It should be $25,000 a year, and I still may run against Eddie Jackson for state representative, and I promise if I do, I will fight up in Springfield to have nothing but $25,000. $25,000 for state representatives. We don't need any more money. We don't need any more money than $25,000. If you want to be a state representative, if you want to be a state senator, all you have to do is come to work. Go to Springfield. If you want to represent this great state, you don't need to make a fortune. $25,000 a year for a part-time job isn't bad, do you think? $25,000 per year for a part-time job? These son of a bitches, listen to me, people are getting $90,000, $100,000 a year after all their committeeships, everything they get. They're chairman of this, they get an extra $2,500. They're chairman of this, an extra $3,000. We're paying these bastards right at $100,000 a year for a part-time job. And then, like Tom, Mr. Haney Holbrook, the St. Clair County clerk, the rotten bastard, he was a state rep for so many years. Him and his wife are going to get over $130,000 a year in benefits. Over $130,000 a year. You hear me, people? In benefits. And we're paying for it. We got to pay year in and year in. Every year, Tom Holbrook, $135,000 a year, him and his wife. What the hell's wrong? What's wrong in this great country that we got to pay these politicians so much money? If they don't like what they're doing, then don't do it. You hear me, people? If they don't like what they're doing, don't do it. But don't do it for the money. Do it for the love of this state. Do it for the love of this country. And you good people out there listening, you better wise up. You better wise up today, tomorrow, because it's not going to get any better. It continues to get worse until we do something about it. And we got to do something now, not 2 years from now, not 4 years from now. It's been going on forever, and it's going to continue to go on until we the people, put a stop to all this bull crap. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. Come on back tomorrow if you want. If you don't, to hell with all of you. Let's remember one thing. If you never listen to me again, the United States of America, the greatest country on this green earth of ours. Nothing better, nothing better. Love your country. You don't have to love your government, because sometimes these politicians screw up a good thing. But just remember, people, we can make a difference. I'm here to make a difference. Don't want to make friends. I want to make a difference. By making a difference, we'll make friends. We'll make people come together. We'll make people want to unite. We'll make people want to get rid of this culture of corruption in St. Clair County. And as always, you know the routine. We can get rid of this culture of corruption, not just in St. Clair County, but all throughout this listening audience. But we have to unite. They want to divide and conquer. You have to unite. And that's what we'll do with the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. We'll unite. Democrats, Republicans, independents, men, women, black and white. We'll work hard to expose these no good, rotten son of a bitch and political, parasitical, perverted punks that we call politicians, and drag them unmercifully over the political coals of hell time and time again. And as always, you know the end result. We have to get rid of this evil political machine called the St. Clair County Democratic Organization. Remember, people, we can vote the person, not the party. We vote the person that's qualified, and we can continue to do that. And at the end of the day, after we drag these bastards over the political coals of hell, we have to, whether we like it or not, for self-survival, we have to destroy these no-count rotten bastards. Destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
The Patriot.
Your First Amendment and All-American Station. A division of Insane Broadcasting. Renegade Radio.
KQQZ, St. Louis.